celibacy isn't just about not having sex. It's about becoming in tune with yourself. You become so in tune with yourself and your own energetics and your own body and the way that you think and the way you reason and why you do it. And the fact that none of it is perfect, right? You become... Today, I wanted to take some time to talk about my celibacy journey. So this is something that's been on my mind for quite some time to start sharing about, because I noticed that in today's world, this topic has become more and more popular among people who are trying to date or given up on dating or whatever. But and even to define the term celibacy, the definition of celibacy is that it's something that you commit to over the long term, for a long, long time, not few months or whatever. That's abstinence. Abstinence is where you abstain from sex, But in my mind, I never really thought about it like that. I just, celibacy. I don't have sex. And the reason why I began this journey was I started in 2013, January of 2013. And it stemmed from some bad decisions I made in dating. I had begun dating this person, and I had conditions. I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted it. I knew who I was, I guess, sort of, and that I was worthy, that I was of value enough to have what I wanted in relationship. And I ended up dating this person, and every single step of the way in the dating process, this person revealed to me that they were not the one for me. They were not the one who I should be with. But for some reason, I found myself questioning, second guessing my intuition, second guessing what I knew, what I saw. I was even writing in my journal about our interactions and things that were taking place. And instead of cautioning myself and taking a few steps back, I just said, you know what? Let's just see what happens, right? Let's just see what happens. Let's just be a normal person. Because I was already on a journey. I was on a shamanic tour across the country to learn, to study, to grow in my field as a shamanic practitioner, as a vocal alchemist, sound healer, to learn skills to walk alone with God and just travel and depend and solely rely on God 100%. So I was already on this journey. And what happened, it didn't work out. It ended tragically. For me, tragically, yes. And caused me, I shouldn't say caused me. No, I made decisions for myself that really caused me to take a step back and say, you know what? I think, it was a punishment. I said I wanted to punish myself. God didn't punish me. It was me. Because I felt like I saw what I needed to see, and yet I still made this bad decision. I'm not a victim of anything. This person didn't do anything, or, it was all me seeing and knowing and still making a bad decision. So I said, you know what? You're not dating anymore until you know what you want so surely that you will not let this thing happen to you again. It was heartbreak for me. So long story short, years go by, right? I mean, it's 2013, it's now 2025. And I have remained celibate this entire time. No making out, no none of that, nothing. And what this journey has done for me, my act of celibacy wasn't self-righteous or tied to any kind of religious thing. It was all because I wanted to get to know myself. How in the world do we choose someone for our life to be our partner and to trust when we don't know ourselves, when we haven't spent any time with ourselves on purpose, not by accident, not by circumstance, but on purpose, to find out what we like, what we don't like, what we need, what we want, and to not compromise, and to understand the value of who we truly are. And so I was just like, I really want to to get inside myself and to understand why I chose that. What led me to make that decision, and how could I not do that ever again? And so I had to get really real with myself and really real with people, right? And what I saw and what I heard in spirit about the people who I met. And I'm a heterosexual. I'm not bi or anything like that. So when I say people, I'm just saying that for the sake of, my audience, who could be all the things, right? But in any case, I took this journey, and it's been a beautiful journey to where I am today. But in the beginning, like I said, it was a punishment, right? So I began to understand that when you fuck with people who got demons and shit and who have all these problems, you will end up, you're not going to save anybody. You're not going to cure anybody, right? Because if you were, you wouldn't fuck with them in the first place, right? You would know better. You wouldn't mess around with someone like that, because you would know they need to go through their healing journey too. Your sex is not going to heal them. Your love is not going to heal them. No, them meeting you, getting to know your light, seeing your light, understanding you, and then you being able to say, it's been great talking to you, I gotta go, or just engaging in a friendly way, but letting that person know, I know who I am. Oh yes, you're very attractive. Oh yes, I am attracted to you, but no, hell no. You got shit going on with you, your body, and I don't want that intermingling in with my energy. So no, we will not be fucking, we will not be getting down, we will not be making out, we will not be flirting and all this, because I know I know myself, I know what I need. And then you become highly acutely aware of the mental mind games that people play, not even just in romance, relationships, and love and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about everybody, business, family, all kind. You start hearing things on such a micro level that most people don't want to be around you. They don't even want to talk to you, because you start asking questions. But wait, did you say? But wait, what? Oh, well, why did you do that? They don't want to talk to you, because you start to pay attention. You become so in tune with yourself. See, celibacy isn't just about not having sex. It's about becoming in tune with yourself. You become so in tune with yourself and your own energetics and your own body and the way that you think and the way you reason and why you do it. And the fact that none of it is perfect, right? You start to sync yourself with yourself. Now you're like, well, I'm not doing that because I'm perfect. I'm not doing that because I know myself. I know that I'm a hoe, right? And I want to fuck. I want to have sex. I want to do it. But I also know that because I enjoy this act, because I love this energy sharing, touching feeling. At the same time, I also want to be mentally stable, sound, secure in my body. I'm married to the work I do, so I have to be careful. So when I see people, I can now have an engagement with them energetically, feeling the feelings, knowing, ooh, I'm having thoughts, I'm thinking things, I'm feeling things. I can talk to myself about it and not be like, ooh, that's disgusting, or oh, what am I going to do? No, it's, girl, feel the feels and keep it moving, right? Because it's not because you shouldn't feel those things. We have bodies. Of course we feel these things. Of course we're thinking and having these thoughts and emotions and sensations. Of course. That's not evil, wrong, or bad. But if the person who these feelings are coming into contact with you, if this person is not in alignment with your desires, then you have to be able to say no. It's just like if you're an alcoholic and you're trying to stop drinking. Well, you kind of have to say no to alcohol. Yes, I love alcohol. I love what it does to my body. I like how I feel, but not after I drink too much, or, but it's gotten too bad. So I need to say no, right? So you start saying no daily. You start saying no out in public. It's not that you avoid instances of being around it. That's ridiculous. No, you learn how to master your flesh. You learn how to master your desires. And now you can have conversations with your desire. I feel you. I see you. But no, because I'm in control here. I am in control of me, my flesh, myself. So now you see fine men, they got jobs, they got money. Ooh, they sexy and cute, or women or whatever. But you're like, that's nice. You can have conversations with them, sexy, intimate conversations. And at the end of it, you know them. One conversation. You don't need to go on 5 dates. You don't need to have 2 dates and sleep with them. You don't even need to sleep with them. You just can talk to them. And me, my gift is that I can see into people's eyes. When I look into people's eyes, they tell me their whole story. They don't even know it's happened. I know it's happened. I see their intentions. I feel their intention. I see what they want. And I don't judge. I mean, we're human. We come with a set of things. We can't control a lot of the way we think or feel because of what we're exposed to on a daily basis. But when I look into people's eyes, there's these micro expressions that people have. And I can tell, even just in regular just not just romantic interactions, but in all kinds of interactions, I can read people. I can tell what's going on. And people don't like that, of course. And I don't often say what I see, but I know, right? And then like I said, I don't judge, because it's not wrong to be who you are, and with the life that you've lived. Well, how can you control what happens in your energy field, how you react to people? You can't. But I know what's good for me, right? Like if I go out into the jungle and I see this baby lion, it's so adorable and cute, oh my God, I want to take it home, but that's a fucking baby lion. Leave that motherfucker in the jungle, right? Like, I'm out in the world, I'm going to the club, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time. We danced, we drank a couple of drinks. Now I'm taking my ass home. That's a fucking baby lion. But the motherfucker's a lion, and he's not coming home to hang out in my backyard tied up to a chain. No, his ass is staying out in the jungle at the nightclub with the rest of the motherfuckers, because that's not what I'm looking for, right? So I know that's a weird way to say it, but I mean, I'm just saying it to say, yes, you can enjoy the world. Yes, you can enjoy conversations and interactions with people, but you learn where to cut it off. You learn where to stop it. Oh, I'm very enticed, but guess what? I master my flesh. So I don't need to sleep with you to know who you are. I don't need to have that experience with you to feel something. Now, I'm not saying that if that's what you want to do, that you're bad or wrong. No, if that's the life that you want to live, because I do believe that there are those humans on the planet Earth who are natural born succubi and incubi. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. But anyways, spirits, succubi, incubi, spirit people, they exist. They are real, and they cannot live without sex. They must have this interaction. A life without sex, oh, are you out of your mind? It has nothing to do with anything else, And then there are all kinds of other things. Like, I was listening to this woman on YouTube earlier, and she was talking about how she's sleeping with this woman's man. It turns out the woman was the one on the panel, and the woman who was the side chick was in the audience. And the woman who was on the panel was like emotionally charged. Oh my God, you're sleeping with my man. I would never do that because I'm a this and I'm a that. And the woman in the audience was smiling, radiant, beautiful. I'm like, yeah, honey, your man loves me. She didn't have when I looked into her energy field, there was no weirdness about what she was feeling. And I said, what if this woman was a sociopath? She has no feelings. She probably can't even make connections with people, right? So, and she just needs to have some touch. She wants to fuck too, right? So like, her sleeping with somebody else's man is perfect for her, because she can fuck him, have a nice little relationship. He don't need to be married to her and live in her house, because he got a whole other life, right? So she can just have her side dude and get all the things that she wants in that way, and continue going and living her life and doing what she wants with no feelings, no problems, no right, wrong, bad judgment inside her at all, right? And the guy also, I don't understand, I mean, I guess I could understand, but I'm just saying, he's got this woman who loves him, and she's his girl, and he's sleeping with this other lady. Now, I would never, in my philosophy of dating and men and all such things, if a man, I mean, if it was my friend who was fucking with my man, that would be one thing. But if it was some strange woman who was fucking my man, I don't give a fuck about it. I don't want to talk to her. I don't need to know her. I don't care. It's him, right? He knows me. I know him. Why would he be fucking with somebody else when he knows me and he knows what I need, what I want, and he's out there fucking with. And for me, I don't do conversations. I don't do, oh, you hurt me. Why? No, I'm doing cut. It's over. Bye. You know, I mean, if you know who I am and you know what I want and you choose to cheat, then you don't care about me at all. I don't need to have a discussion with you. I don't need to fight with you. I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to, you know, be mean and angry and do all kinds of evil things. You have just told me who you are, how you feel about me, and there's no further discussion that needs to be had. It's cut, it's over, and I'm out or you're out. You know, it's done. You know, I can forgive you, I'm sure. Maybe depending on the extent of this, but I'm not going to waste my time fighting for a relationship where a person who is in the relationship with me knows exactly what they're doing, right? If you know what you're doing, then why would I fight with you? Why would I get angry? Why would I waste my time doing all kinds of crazy stuff or even try to keep you? Oh, there's all this stuff, love spell, so come back and whatever. Oh, man, you know what? I don't want you back because you didn't want me. If you wanted me, then you wouldn't be with this other person, right? So it's like, it's all so simple, you know? But anyways, back to the topic and subject of celibacy, I like to say that, you know, being celibate all this time, since the year 2013, January of 2013, has given me a very big time to look at myself and to say, I know who I am now. I know what I want. I can have engaging, deep, thoughtful conversations with people who I may think are attractive. But I also know that it doesn't mean that that person is the one for me. It just means that we connect on a certain level, right? I can also see into a person and say, this person's values are not my values, but I have enjoyed our energy exchange. I have enjoyed the interaction, right? And in the past, I wouldn't have cut that off. I'd have been like, not only do I enjoy our interaction and our energy exchange, but I want more. Even though I could probably intuitively feel that this isn't going to go anywhere, why not? Let's just go ahead and take that next step, because why not, right? And I feel like in the history of our human experiences, things are changing. Things are different. Diseases and people are nasty. People don't care about themselves. They have no idea what is going on with their bodies. Like I know my statuses. I've checked, I've tested many times because I have not always been safe, right? But I've been tested. I know all about what's going on in my body. I know I'm clean, right? So it's like, I choose not to be the kind of person who's like, well, whatever, you know, I don't know. You know, I like to know where I stand. I like to know what's going on with my body. I like to see my shit so I can, like, you know, hey, my shit wasn't like this before I got with you. What the fuck you got going on, you know? I mean, it's going to happen if you're out there fucking around with strangers, you know, and you don't use protection, or you're dating some guy that you've been with for a very long time and you guys decide not to use protection and you find out that motherfucker cheating because he done gave you some shit, you know. That's how that stuff happens. You can keep that from happening by learning about yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to walk in your body, fully understanding your chemistry, your mental, spiritual, physical makeup, so that when you meet people, you can read their energy signatures. You can understand them. For me, the celibacy journey isn't about religious or righteousness or self-righteousness or, you know, any of that. It's really about me loving myself so much that I know I don't need to have those interactions with people to fulfill myself. Once again, I should preface that there are different energy makeups on this planet. I already mentioned the succubi, incubi people who exist, where their level of sexual attraction, and you will meet them. Their level of sexual attraction is so strong and so powerful. It's like hypnotizing, right? You meet some people and you're like, I don't even know if I can stop myself. If I were in their house, I would be like taking my clothes off and I wouldn't even be able to control it. That's the level of sexual energy. We've all met those kind of people. But when you become the master of your own flesh, the goddess of your own energy field, you can see those people. You know exactly what's happening, and you can smile and give that cackle, that witch cackle. You thought you had me. Well, you didn't, right? Because you are in control. Now, at any time, if you decide, well, you know what? I know exactly what's happening, and this is something I want to step into because I just feel it. It just feels right. Fine, right? I mean, this is not, for me, this is not forever. I just haven't met anybody who I wanted to sleep with, you know, and who I wanted to, I shouldn't say it like that. I haven't met anybody who I wanted to share my body with, right? Who I could trust with my body, with my energy. And really, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I'm not looking for a, well, let's just see what happens type of thing, you know, because that is a pandemic right now, you know, like everybody's out there. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Knowing damn well they not trying to be doing no, let's just see what happens. They want a real relationship. They want to be with somebody for the long term, and they don't know how to get there because there's so many people out there who have mastered mind games. They know how to get inside your head. They can see where you're at. They can feel that you're not comfortable with yourself. They can feel that you don't believe you deserve the absolute best. They don't want to wait. People don't want to wait. They're like, I'm 50. Okay. I've thought about dying, and one thing that does not cross my mind is, oh my God, I'm going to die alone. It's never crossed my mind. Of all the things I think about, that one thing has not been like, I can't die without a relationship. I mean, that does not cross my mind. You know, I don't feel energetically somehow deprived when I think about, well, what if I don't meet somebody? Well, then I don't fucking meet anybody. You know, because to me, the level and extent of the intimacy that I experience getting to know people, sharing space with them, energetically feeling them and getting to know them and letting them, and not attaching myself to them. So I can talk to them and have energetic and intimate experiences. And then when they go, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we'll talk again. Maybe we won't. But it's not like, I feel it's an exchange, not a vampiric type of thing, you know? So where I'm letting someone take my shit without my permission, or I'm taking someone else's shit without their permission, because of my frequency and vibration, I bring in people who exchange energy with me. You become aware of your body. You become aware of these things, and they become lessons for you so that you can protect your energy, because your energy is what keeps you alive. It's vital. It helps you to stay thinking every day, functioning every day, having the energy and the will to get up, to walk, to live, to go to work, to be happy, to have joy in your life, right? And when you're depleted of your life force energy, right, the energy that we can't see, we're not even aware of, that's the thing that's keeping us flowing and going. But when you become depleted of that energy, you're tired, you're depressed, you're angry, you're anxious all the time. You're taking drugs, mental, psychological drugs and whatnot. You're seeing a therapist. You don't even know what to tell the therapist because you're like, I don't really know what's wrong with me, you know? And it could be that there are several people or entities that you have allowed to come into your life through various times, and they are starting to take your energy, and you never cut the cord. You never did the things to get your energy back because you didn't even know. You weren't even aware. You know how many people are walking around dead? So many people you work with, people driving in the street, people flying planes, people doing all kinds of jobs and because someone got in, snatched their energy. They can't get it back. They are so depressed and so sad. They're killing their children, their wives, their husbands, friends, because they're the walking dead is what they are, right? And they are completely unaware that these things have happened to them. And so we have to start having the conversation and bringing into the awareness the sexual energy, mastering our sexual energy. It's not wrong to not have sex. It's not wrong to have sex. But do you know why you're having sex? Can you live in a community of people who exchange sex energetically? Exchange. I'm not saying take. Exchange sexual energy in a loving, fulfilling way. Like, there are so many ways to exist on this world. Mine is, I prefer to be celibate. I don't want to share my flesh with somebody who doesn't want to be with me, like, solely. That's just me. I don't want to share my person with anybody else. I need someone who's like me, who's like, nope, I want mine and you're mine and I'm yours. That's it. That's a way to exist. But there's also the way to exist where people can have sexual encounters and experience with people, but they find people who share energy. They don't rob you of your energy. They're not vampires. It's an exchange. So when you go out to meet people, you find people who will exchange sexual energy with you without attachment, right? I need you to be my boyfriend or my girlfriend or my wife or some stuff like that. It's not necessary for us to exist that we have to have these kinds of relationships. It's what we have been colonized and bred to believe, but there are so many different ways to exist on this earth. And the problem with why we are so out of balance right now, the one very thing that causes the earth, the world, to be out of balance right now is the fact that we do not respect each other's values, desires, and needs. If we could respect each other's values and desires and needs, we would have so much peace. If I could say I'm celibate to somebody and they'd say, oh, well, that's awesome. I respect that. I don't want to be celibate, but okay. No, you got somebody you tell you're celibate to and they go, I do not respect that. Let's see how I can trick this bitch into giving me her sex, because I want her to know I can do that. And there's so many people out in the world walking around doing that shit. Oh, she thinks she's got power, huh? Let me show her she has no power over her. So I will find a way into her mind and body to get her to give me what I want. And then I will drop her from 100-foot cliff and leave her for dead, or him for dead, right? Men, women out there in the world doing these kinds of things. All because we can't respect. We need to conquer. Wouldn't it be just as easy to go find somebody who wanted to give you their sex and have the most amazing sexual experiences with them? And then they were like, they wanted what you wanted, not to be attached. Well, it was great knowing you. We had such a great sexual time. I would love to maintain this relationship over a course of time, but I don't want any attachment. There's nothing wrong with that. Stay safe, be respectful. I mean, these are so simple things. Be respectful, be safe, take care of your body. I mean, it's not hard, but we don't know how to take care of our bodies. And I said, people are nasty out here in these streets today. Nasty, right? So no, I can't fuck around with that. I can't take chances with that. If you could enter and engage in these types of things with people who could love themselves, love their bodies, take care of their bodies, take care of themselves, and y'all could all meet, there would be safe sex, equal value relationships, all kinds of things like that. And I do know that there are actual communities of people who exist in this way. Yes, they're out there, right? They're real, right? But for the majority of people who don't even know that those things are real, they're out here conniving, hurting people, doing horrible things, giving people diseases and shit, not taking care of themselves or other people. And this is why we have so much trauma and drama in the world of relationship and dating with men and women, right? So all of that to say is that I started my celibacy journey And this is what the celibacy journey has brought me into the awareness of all of these things. And it's important to, you know where you stand in all of these things. It's important to take a deep dive into all aspects of this. It's not just religious or spiritual. It's like the science of it, the science of your flesh, the science of your body, the science of your energy body, the science of your emotional body, how these things intertwine and connect, what makes you tick, what is your trigger, right? What causes you to lose your mind a little bit in terms of relationship, like someone said, don't make me lose my mental. Shouldn't happen when you master your flesh. No one should be able to fuck with your mental if you master your flesh, because you'll see them coming a mile away. Oh, that person's gonna cause me to, and I master my flesh so much that I feel their energy from 100 miles away. I will not engage. I do not need to engage. If it should so happen that we shall engage, I know it's me I need to control, not them. It's me I need to make sure that I'm saying and doing the right things to maintain my energy space, whether it be in a business relationship, friendships, family, love, whatever, right? You've mastered your flesh in such a way that you're like, this person is trying to overpower me. And I know myself in this situation. I see that. What does that mean about me? Not a goddamn thing. It doesn't mean shit about you. It means they got some shit going on. Do I need to fight? Do I need to argue? Nope. It's, oh, you want to argue? Well, I'm not going to argue. You want to fight? I don't need to argue. I don't need to exchange and engage my energy with you. You may need that, but I don't. You may need to be right, but I don't need to be right. You may need me to give you some kind of crazy, massive energy, but I don't, right? A lot of people who engage with me, she's very passive, or she's very calm. She's so this, she's so that. Y'all don't know. I'm a double Sagittarian. I have anger and rage in me like you would not believe. Struggled with it most of my life. I could pick up a hammer and bash somebody in the head real quick for my anger. But I have learned through my celibacy journey to master my flesh and to let that shit go. Why would I give my life for some bullshit, right? Why would I do that? So anyhow, this turned out to be a much longer talk than I originally wanted. I was thinking 10 minutes, but it just so spanned out over, now it's looking like 36, 37, maybe even 40 minutes. But I felt like that all needed to be shared and said, because we are in a time, we've been in a time for a very long time, but more people need to speak about this. More people need to share their journey, and what it means. It's not all, well, I just chose to be celibate because I just love and honor and respect my body. And, no, it's so much deeper than that. It's so much more deeper. It's so much more powerful, empowering. Oh my God. And I feel really good knowing who I am deeply in my heart, in my core of my being. And now I'm kind of like a scientist. When I interact with other people, I can go into a space with them where, because I love people and I love the study of people's minds and how they work and why they do say the things, that I can engage with somebody a whole lot longer who might be a narcissist or, or something else, because I'm kind of like, what are you? What manner of creature? Oh, let's talk. Okay. And they're like, why is this lady not getting mad at me? Why is this lady just, what is wrong with her? Like, is she retarded? No, I'm just curious. I just want to know how you tick, because why not? I mean, it helps me develop the more depth, broad understanding of people who I come in contact with, right? People who I engage myself with. Narcissists are everywhere. They're at your job, they're at your doctor's office, they're at the courthouse, they're at the police station, they're everywhere. Should we not know how to manage ourselves? Should we not know how to master the flesh so that when we come in contact with these people, we are not triggered by them? We can actually find ways to communicate where we come to an end agreement where there's what? Peace? What? With an earth? How? Like, yeah. And all of that is when you master your sexual energy. You wouldn't even have thought of that, huh? Celibacy is just so that I can protect myself. Celibacy is so I can take my peace of mind. Yeah, all those things. But it's also something so powerful there that we miss the main thing. That sexual energy creates life. Creates life. When two people come together, they bring another human being into the world. That is power. That is power. So why don't we treat it with respect? And I will leave you with that. I will leave you with that. Thank you for listening. And until next time, Hakuna Matata.